I first want to talk about the item I pulled, just because we as a city, with other items, when we deal with county entities in any respect, the one that comes to mind is basically the water board. We pay, or we have votes representative of the population that we take from the water intake. And yet when we do these economic projects, it seems that we are paying more of a share than what the county does. And then it seems like most of the benefits for the development go outside of the city. So between this and the funds for the Hay Bay City, it's two of the things that I know we split cost evenly with the county. But we only share right now 33% of the population within the county. But when we go and negotiate raw water rates for our citizens, the townships can absorb the cost of the increases, and they together can outvote the city almost 2-1. I think that some paradigm needs to be changed. I know that the board that does the water is not the same that does the economic development, so I know that's not a 1-to-1 ratio, but it is something that I want to have considered through the minds that are at this meeting right now, mostly the ones behind me to the left. Also, I want to address something that happened at the last meeting. Man came up and said that signs on the other side of the aisle were the even Americans. That man is running against me for an office in the city. I just want to let the public know that as someone who can trace lineage back to the founding of Rhode Island, relations to the Browner family in Frankenmuth, and Laura Ingalls Wilder of Little House on the Prairie, I definitely still am an American. Thank you. I'm going to have a comment on 2 and then a little back end for 3. As for number 2, at last week's South End Citizens District Council meeting, this was brought up during the meeting, and through discussion from those who were there, that anything that somebody who was there wanted to know why we were removing this, and it was explained by the public safety officer there that it is not enforceable. This person then asked, well, what can we do if we want to put something out like this on the books? And it came to the resolution of this has to be removed to have any sort of, before we can start over with the process. So for the people who were looking at this and saying, well, no, we're not gonna be able to do anything, they haven't been able to do anything for years because of how this is written. If you're someone who wants to do this and push people with crimes on stuff that is currently not enforceable federally, then you have to start over. And some people who don't understand that, and hopefully they can understand that if they want to try to do something like this again, if we have to start from scratch, we can't just alter what we have. As for number 3, I want to make a note that if this does pass all the way through and we get a green light and everything goes to how we want it, the only way we're going to get that change is if we can change the reputation of how voters interact with the city, because it's going to take a while for word of mouth to spread that, hey, you can now glide, not fly, glide through Bay City at 35 instead of having to just crawl. So hopefully that will be a plan on the back burner for promotion of that statewide, that you can now come all the way through at near full speed. Thank you.